name's John, and I'm one of the lab techs down in the lab. I've been working there for a little over a year and a half now, and basically my job would be to, if you come in, I would sit down with you and try and really hash out your idea with you and figure out exactly what you're trying to accomplish, and then I would go to a CAD station and start to develop your idea. Yeah, and we always, every time we go into the lab and we sit down with a meeting, typically we would have me, Doug, Cedric, whoever is working there at the time would all sit down, but it's always, you're going to be working with this person. We always assign one person to it. That way, anything that comes up, any problems, any ideas, any thoughts that happen, you're just conversing with one person. Because when you start getting more and more people involved, stuff gets, a little convoluted. Yeah, we like to joke around in the lab and we have fun. I mean, everybody that works there, we're a pretty tight group and we all kind of share the same sense of humor and stuff. So we, even when a person comes in and stuff, and if we talk to their idea, and some people's ideas are a little bit silly, but I mean it's still a good idea, no matter how silly it may seem. I mean, it's like, well, that actually, it seems simple enough, but that's something that we really could use. I mean, I could use one of those in my life, and we'll go from there. Well, that's one of the great things about the lab, because it's not just, I mean, it's in a school and we're in an academic setting and we use students to do it. We have the public come in and stuff, and it's a good mesh of, you get people with ideas coming in and students get to learn and everybody works together and ends up coming out with something good. So for a heck of a lot less than if you went to Acme Design Company and said, hey, I'd like it to do this idea. Okay, well, sit down, we'll schedule you to this and we'll bill you at $120 an hour. I mean, we're not even close to that. So I mean, it's an affordable place, great jumping off point for entrepreneurs. There's people on the E-team and that we talk to and stuff, that lawyers that will, your first hour is free. Just come in, let me know what you're trying to get done, and I won't charge you a thing. If I can help you, cool. If I can't, I'll point you to the next person that can, and it's really cool. I'd love to see the lab get more equipment, because that just opens up all the more possibilities for us to design stuff. If we could get water jets and I mean, all different kinds of stuff. I mean, even some machine equipment, and if we could actually do more small production stuff. So like when somebody comes in, it's like, man, I want a real accurate prototype. I want something that's really going to function, that I can actually use it. Something that a 3D printer just can't actually handle because stress situations or whatever. I mean, it'd be cool if we could just expand our tools so that we can accommodate more ideas. And I'd also love to see the growth. I mean, just more people coming in, machines running 24/7. It's like we have a backlog on this machine because we have so many people coming in here with ideas, and I would like to see that. Everything. I mean, General Motors pretty much started with somebody with an idea, and General Motors, got into Flint, and just Flint grew because of General Motors, because somebody had an idea and started building something. I mean, and Flint was pretty much founded on entrepreneurs with ideas, manufacturing stuff locally, and we get a guy that comes in here with a tremendous idea and just explodes in something that he's got to make millions of. Now he opens a factory which brings in 500 jobs for local people, and then all the revenue comes into the city and the state of Michigan. I mean, everything. I mean, it could start with the lab. One person could walk in with the next $1 million idea, and then all that revenue gets jobs, all kinds of stuff into the city. I mean, that's what's cool. I mean, it just could be anybody's idea. It could be anything, silly as it could be. Well, that's silly. Somebody else will think of that. You thought of it. This is a place where you can go and bring that thought to fruition. Yeah, it's hard to, when you hear somebody talk about the lab, and it's like, well, yeah, they got some lasers and some other things down there. It's like, okay, that sounds interesting, but when you walk through the lab and you see the giant 3D printer and the huge lasers and all the big CNC 3-axis routers we have and all the really cool equipment, and it's like, wow, you can do a lot here. I mean, you can build almost anything here. So, and it just takes that push through the door, and it takes, just takes a little bit of time. It doesn't cost you anything to come in and pitch your idea to us and see where it goes. Even me, myself, when I was, young, going to go to college, I had no idea what I really wanted to do. I'd never been around any of this stuff. So I mean, just to see it, so we had a lot of kids come in like, wow, this is really neat stuff. This is fun. I enjoy this. So, they pursue that for their career, and they can, enjoy what they're doing all the time. And it's not just entrepreneurs. I mean, people just with an idea for just something one-of that they want to build for themselves, who we can even help them with that. I mean, and it can be a toy, it could be a piece of decoration, furniture. I mean, it could be anything. Even if you don't want to, even if they didn't want to tell us what their idea was, if they just want to come and vaguely hint at what they are, because we get a lot of people real secretive. It's like, well, I don't want somebody to take my idea, and it's like, well, we're not here to take people's ideas. We're here to help you move along with them, because if we took one person's idea, we just might as well shut the doors. We're done at that point, because word would get out, and oh yeah, these guys, they stole this idea, so don't ever go to them. And we're here to help people. So if you come in, I mean, you can just vaguely talk about things and just see what the lab looks like, and it doesn't cost you anything to come in, just a little bit of time to see what you think, and then I'm sure after you walk through the door, you'd be comfortable and be like, well, I have this idea, and okay, well, let's have a seat, let's hear what you got, and see where we can help you. Very friendly atmosphere. It's an open door. I mean, you could just, you can even just peek your head in the door and just, hey, just look around real quick and be on your way. Dustin, he came to us with a design for a product. It's for hospital use, and it's actually in medical testing right now. It's actually going through all its processes and everything, and he's really moving forward with it. But he came in just the other day and he's like, man, it's a fight. It's a big struggle to go from what I have and to keep going to that next step. And it's a lot of work there. There's a lot of setbacks, a lot of letdowns, but he keeps pushing forward, and his idea is going to be on the market, and it'll be in potentially could be in every hospital in the entire country. He's doing medical testing in, I think, Indonesia, some hospitals over there, and then he's doing half over there in Europe, and then he's doing half here in the United States, here in Flint. And yeah, I mean, he's really pushing off, and it just came from, he came to us with a design. We drew up his CAD model and did a 3D print for him, and he went out after there and went through all the channels we sent him to, and yeah, he's doing really good. But yeah, he said that it's a fight to keep your product moving. So it's not something you can just say, well, I hope somebody bites this. It's like, no, you gotta keep pursuing it. We've had a lot of people come in with their ideas, and we've talked to them, and it's like, well, the way you're thinking of doing that really probably couldn't be done that way, but we've seen it done this way, and we'll steer people kind of, we're trying not to make them feel like their idea is wrong, but in a real world application, not many people know about how manufacturing's done, proper ways to manufacture something. If I change this to this and make it 50% cheaper to make. So we really try to focus on that for the simplicity of the design, because if you're trying to go to manufacturing for something, you don't want your mold or your tool to cost $250,000. You want it to cost $10,000. And if we can help you do that, we try to simplify our design. So.